Yeah, and I'm watching Sopranos again because that's what I do. I just
what season are you on?
I've just started like watching season 6.
Season 6.
Yeah.
You started at season 6.
Yeah, because I was just watching. If I get it from work and I just want to put the TV on, if I put it on Sky Atlantic, usually Sopranos are on, so I was to watch it.
Sure.
So then, I just kind of got into it. So yeah.
Fair enough. I would have started from the beginning. Watched it from the beginning again. Such a good show.
And at the end, we're talking about Civil War.
Yes, I stayed up until like 2 last night watching it. I'm tired.
I went to sleep at 2:15, and Nicole woke me up getting up for work at 7, so I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was just hiccuping. All clear was a hiccuping, like, and in the end I shouted to her, "Take a fucking drink!" She was like, I need to shout. I was like, I'm trying to sleep.
I stayed up watching a man build a log cabin in the forest.
Okay.
Just like to be a bit different.
Guess who got a PS5 this week? Or helped someone get a PS5 this week? This guy.
Not me. Who?
This guy.
Oh, you got another one?
Yeah, I got my friend Christian a PS5.
We don't know him,
nice.
so it's not relevant.
We're hostile towards anyone who isn't on this podcast.
Well, he's a friend of the show, and I got him a PS5. I'm quite lucky. I tried getting one last week when there was like up on game, and I had like all the things like we said, you plan it, you have an account ready, you got your links going. I told him all this plan. It was like, we're gonna do this. I literally clicked the link within 30 seconds, and then I put it into my basket, and then it put me into this queue. And I was like, shit, there's no way I haven't got this. Like my queue ID was like AAA, like number 9. I was like, I'm so at the front. And then I waited in that queue for 6.5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
You're joking.
Because the website crashed. No one was moving. It just said over an hour wait, and it completely crashed. And I think what they did, they're fucking crafty. Whoever put the most expensive bundle, I think went to the beginning. Because I didn't put the most expensive bundle. There was no way I wasn't near the front. It was like literally within 30 seconds of it going live. And when the countdown started happening, I got to like 20 minutes. I was 20 minutes away from getting one. And then it just kicked me out. So they were all sold out. Bastards.
So you didn't get one?
No, this week. And then they just popped up. Yeah, then this week I tried again. I was going to do it game again, but then they come up on Very.
Fucking game shithouse, mate. You don't want to...
and then they came up. I just put it in my basket. I've already got a Very account, so I went through all the checkout. It got to like the card payment. I like ran to like my friend's desk downstairs, and he was like talking to someone. I was like, "Come here," and he was like, "What?" I went, "Come here." And he was like, "What's this?" And I said, "I got PlayStation in my basket."
Him in the face.
Yeah, it was like, and he was like, wanted to talk to me. I said, "Just shut up and put in your details. Just shut up." And he did it, and he got it, and it's come in on the 31st of March. So.
I've completely dropped off with them because obviously we've all got one now, so I just don't know when they're in stock or when they ain't. And
I think it's harder. It's actually harder than when we got it. Honestly, it's mental.
Yeah,
the demand is incredible.
Yeah, I got mine easy, to be honest. So.
It's the biggest selling console, isn't it? I saw that come up on the news, and I was like, I ain't talking about that anymore.
Yeah, which I thought was quite interesting. I was saying to Brad at work, I wonder what the ceiling would be if there wasn't like restrictions of like supply. If like supply was unlimited, how many would they sell? They must have eclipsed like 10 million now. I reckon quite easily 50 million. It's just the demand is just so big. It's ridiculous. But anyway.
And I said, but the demand is because of COVID,
scarcity.
and with no COVID, there wouldn't be supply shortages.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. No. Yeah. It's all connected. I just think just because of my topic last week when it was like 1 in 4 people or whatever it was, they didn't have
that stat, don't you? You
yeah, it is because it's so interesting.
That's your favorite stat ever.
I'm going to bring it up each week for like the next 6 months. But yeah, there's 120 million PS4s. So to think that they wouldn't have sold 50 when there's like so many more people interested in it, I think is
it would still be way like it will still surpass.
Do you reckon it's going to surpass PS4? They're going to sell more than
easily,
120 million. That's a lot,
without doubt. Without doubt.
I don't know. I'm just not going to start speculating because people don't. People don't care. People don't want to hear my opinion. So
don't they? That's why they tune in, Brad. They tune in to hear your opinion.
No, they don't.
Anyway. Hey, welcome back. This is episode 39 of the Part-Time Players podcast. This is a video game podcast where 4 pals discuss the week's video game news. My name is Reese Lagden, and I'm joined by my first pal, Bradley Seeley.
Hello.
Oh God, for fuck's
Good. I like that one. That's good. That's the best one so far.
That is just
He just feels so vulnerable. He just want to look after him.
right. All right, moving on very quickly. Ash, how you doing today, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. This guy.
This guy and Bradley Moore.
Hello.
Something a little bit better this time? No,
No. Yeah, hiya. All right.
no.
Forgot the wave.
Well, if you want to continue listening to this dribble, please subscribe and like the video. And we post our podcast on Mondays wherever you listen to your podcast, and also we have a video version on YouTube if you want to look at our faces for some strange reason. Today's topics are Ash is going to be covering Detroit and whether or not it's underrated. Bradley Seeley is going to...
Sorry. Detroit, what? The game or Detroit, the city?
Well, it's a video game podcast.
And is it the dystopian
well,
future of RoboCop, Detroit? Is that?
Well,
we'll
have to wait and find out for his topic where he's going to take it. I don't know.
I don't know now.
No one knows. We'll find out. And then Bradley Seeley's topic is about Xbox acquisition of Bethesda. Bradley Moore will be talking about the future of VR and what he wants to see. And I will be talking about whether E3 is dead and whether it's a good thing or not. Ash, do you want to kick off with your Detroit?
Detroit, yep. So Detroit is a city in America. It used to have
what state is it in? What state?
I don't know. It was going to be a quick thing, and I don't actually know too much about
Michigan?
Detroit.
Is it Michigan?
Michigan, yeah. Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit,
It's Michigan. Well done.
Yeah, obviously, you knew that. Yeah.
Population.
Population. Quite a few. Hold on.
Quite a few.
No, mine is about Detroit Become Human. This is a game which I don't think got enough love, because if you look up any sort of game scores for this, it's a high 4.9 or 98% of people who played it really enjoyed it. It's one of those games where you could sit down and not have to think massively. There's quite a bit of button pushing. If you get buttons wrong, the character you're playing as could die. So there's a little bit of stress in there. But it's like playing an interactive film, and the storyline on it is brilliant. Yeah. Sorry. I thought I'd cut then. But no, it's
yes.
I did check this before I started talking.
Oh, you muppet.
Oh, am I cutting out again?
Yep.
A little bit.
Oh no, my internet's shocking. My internet, mate, it ain't my fault.
It kind of is your fault, isn't it? You know.
You need to get a new ISP.
You're back now.
No, hold on.
Oh, he is completely dropped out.
He's gone.
Okay. Well, we'll be very professional and we'll continue on. Bradley Seeley, do you want to do your topic? And we'll go back.
Yeah.
No?
All right then. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So my topic this week is the deal between Microsoft and acquire like ZeniMax, Bethesda has gone through. I think the EU had something to do with it. They had to say like, yeah, if it was okay.
They accepted it.
I don't know why. So yeah, and they've said it was a 7.5 billion acquisition, all gone through now. And then like Bethesda and Xbox held a like little roundtable press conference.
Yep.
It's pretty lackluster, if I'm honest with you. They didn't really. They spoke a little bit. They announced that there's going to be some titles coming onto Game Pass on the 12th of March, so a couple of days ago.
Yep.
I'll just list them out in case people want to know. You got Dishonored Definitive Edition, Dishonored 2, Doom 93, Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 64, Doom Eternal, Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, Evil Within, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas, Prey, Rage 2, Wolfenstein New Order, Wolfenstein Old Blood, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. Yeah, so that was all the games announced. They're on Game Pass now. And then they basically said I think we covered it a few months ago, so when we heard about them taking over, and they're like, no, it's not all about exclusivity, just because we've, bought all the games are going to be exclusive, and then they've basically kind of said, yeah, no, it is about exclusivity. So I got like a little bit of
course it is.
Yeah, I got a little bit of the interview. From Phil Spencer, he's put, I can't sit here and say every Bethesda game is exclusive because we know that's not true, said Spencer at Bethesda's roundtable event on Thursday. The thing I want you to know is that about delivering great exclusive games for you that will ship to platforms where Game Pass exists. That's our goal. That's why we're doing this. That's not the root of this partnership. We're building and creating capability we will be able to bring to the market for our Xbox customers is going to be the best there ever has been for Xbox. Turns out I can't read aloud. Sorry everyone. It's got, and then he also said like PlayStation timed exclusive like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, they're still going to be on other consoles. And so like Elder Scrolls Online, they'll still be multi-platform. Sure. But it does seem that they are going to be moving to the exclusivity. So Starfield, which we don't know if it will ever come out, Elder Scrolls and Fallout. So
I think Starfield is not that far away, to be fair.
Hopefully, I'm kind of hoping they do it like they did with Fallout 4 and just kind of announce it and then go, oh, by the way, it's out in October.
A kind of a positive for Bethesda, and obviously one of the main reasons probably why Bethesda wanted to do this is because of Microsoft's pools of money. They don't have to worry about releasing it early or having like another Fallout 76 where they released it prematurely and a Cyberpunk. When you've got a big publisher like Microsoft behind you, they can take their time with Elder Scrolls, they can take their time with Fallout, they can take the time with whatever games they want and not worry about cash flows because they've got Microsoft backing them. And also Microsoft has obviously got a lot of other studios at their disposal what can support with all the bug fixing and ramping up production at the end. So now I think we'll probably see it within the next 18 months.
What, Starfield?
Yeah,
I hope so because I'm excited for it. Obviously, I want a new Fallout. That's the main
and that's what I get about Indiana Jones. That will be exclusive.
Yeah,
that will be exclusive.
Yeah.
So does this make it more likely? You'll be more likely you guys will get Xboxes now then with this news.
I was going to anyway. So even though I don't play the one I got, I was going to get one. But I have actually got that as a question. What will you do if you want to play Skyrim? Like Elder Scrolls or Fallout or any of these other games we might not even know about yet. You want to play them, but they're exclusive to Xbox. What would you do? Would you get one or you say you hope there's like a TV app, but what would you do?
Go on, Brett.
I think I'd be most interested in Skyrim. I've never been into Bethesda games massively.
You've never played it, have you?
Never played a Fallout game in my life. Skyrim, I've got Skyrim. Started to play it, but then timing was all wrong, and I'm like really wanting to get stuck into it. But I would consider getting one for Skyrim because I believe it's something that I'd really get into. So I'd consider getting one. I'd consider getting one now.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. It obviously depends on how well the app works. If they release an app which is just Game Pass and you can subscribe to or whatever it is, £15 a month, and I can download it on my TV and it looks decent. I've got decent internet here, so I don't have to worry about streaming or anything like that, and it looks great. Then that is definitely the solution. Why would you fork out, I don't know, £300-400 on a console when you can literally just subscribe to like a Netflix style thing? And if I played the game and I don't want to subscribe to Xbox anymore, I can unsubscribe. If
Sony had an equivalent Game Pass, would you not buy the console?
Different. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. It's a different thing. I'm a big fan of PlayStation, so I want the best possible experience. Hence, I bought a Pro. If I wasn't that bothered about the experience on PlayStation, I would have just stuck with my PS4. So it's a little bit different for me with that. But it just depends on how good the app is. Huh?
That's why I asked the question.
It was a good question. I don't know. It's very interesting, isn't it? They've got such good. Do you reckon they're gonna? Obviously, I don't know. It's just. I don't know. There's so many things that could happen with it because obviously everything's up in the air. You don't know what's going to be exclusive, what's not. Would you keep the big hitters like the Elder Scrolls, the Fallouts as exclusives, or would you put them on PlayStation if you was them?
I think they'll do the exclusive. I reckon it might be like some sort of timed exclusive. They'll be on. They'll come out. They'll be on Game Pass for I don't know,
12 months.
Yeah, and then they'll go on to. PlayStation. So that's what I think they do because that way they get people who want to play it straight away go in, day one to get it. then they've got all the sales down the line as well from other people who've got different consoles. So that's what
I didn't even think about that option, but that makes most sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. It happened to Tomb. I know obviously Elder Scrolls and Fallout are probably bigger games, but do you remember that happened to Tomb Raider? I think it was like the last one, which we recently had on PS Plus, and it was like 12-month exclusive on Xbox. And then when it came to PlayStation, it kind of just flopped. No one cared because it was like a year-old game. It's funny how like that whole mindset is like, oh, although it's new to us, it's a year-old game, so we don't really care, and no one's talking about it because all the reviewers already reviewed it like a year ago, and no one's talking about it anymore. So it'll be interesting how well it does.
Everyone's so suckered in by hype. I like the amount of games when they're first about to come out that I shouldn't have any business playing, but I'm like, oh, I really want to play that. But if a year down the line, I'm like, oh no, it's gone now.
I think Cyberpunk might be the biggest example of that, isn't it? Like the hype when it got released, and now it's like it's so dead. And I was thinking about the other day. I was like, wait a minute, it hasn't come back on the PlayStation Store, has it? PlayStation ain't letting them put it back on.
Still not there.
But that is unbelievable. Like after the first patch, and then obviously they've delayed the second patch. It's like PlayStation, you can't buy it still. It's mad. And what happens when it comes back? Are people going to flood to it? I don't think they are. I think people are just a bit. Such a shame. I hope CDPR don't dismantle when people leave and stuff because they're such a good developer.
I think Cyberpunk is dead in the water now. Like I've got it. I played it for a few hours when we talked about when it launched, and now I've deleted it because I'm like, even if I do play it again, it's not going to be until like a year down the line when everything is fixed.
Yeah, we'll replay it at the end of the year once we get the PS5 upgrade and stuff, and we'll do like a little mini review about it because I think there inside it there is like, well, we've spoken about it a few times. I think there is a decent game there, but it's not the 11 out of 10 game-changing game that we all thought it was going to be.
Imagine they finally put it on PS5, so it's like a new edition. Technically, and imagine that launches with loads of fucking bugs in it. It's fucked, and I can play it.
I think that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for like the PS5 version. That's what I'm going to wait for now. So, I've also got another question here for you guys. Who else do you think this could happen? Do you think this could happen to anyone else? Any other studios, publishers? Do you think this could? Who else can? It seems like Microsoft are now like the Borg, and they're just like assimilating everyone. So they're just kind of like, who else can they assimilate?
There were rumors that Bungie were going to get acquired at some point. When they sold to Activision, they were like, how are they going to continue this game with funding self-published? But that seems to have, now that they've come out with these last few discussions about their future growth and things like that, they seem to be doing absolutely fine on their own. So those rumors have been squashed now. I don't know. I can't really think of. Well, then, I can't think of any other big studio now that pops in my head. But you wouldn't have thought Bethesda would have gone. No, you wouldn't.
Bethesda's massive. So, it's huge. I don't think there will ever be a bigger acquisition than that. No. I don't know how you can be that unless they bought EA or something or Ubisoft. If they bought Ubisoft, that would be. And then massive.
You think about it, they've already got EA Play on Game Pass now. Game Pass is just becoming this beast of a thing, and it's even better when they actually do start getting their first party exclusives out because obviously they'll go on their day one. So
it just got loads better. Like you just said, a couple of days ago we got all the Bethesda games. So those long lists of games are really good. So it's great.
I've not played Fallout 76, but then I'm thinking I love Fallout. I know it's better, obviously a lot better now than when it came out. Do I just try it on?
Supposed to be really good
Pass? Now. Yeah. Do I just have a go? Give it.
Absolutely.
Give it a shot. So
you've got Game Pass. You've got nothing to lose. Just give it a go.
I'll fire up the old. I have to get one of those. Like when you start in a chain store, crank out the Xbox, try and get it back.
Blow up the dust.
Yeah, and then see what happens.
Absolutely.
And then I did also put. Do you think this is a good idea? But it's kind of answered that already. Yeah. So
Another couple of things that they could buy, going back to your previous question, Konami, the IPs of Konami, more precisely.
That would be mad.
That would be massive because they're so big, like Metal Gear and stuff. We know all their stuff. Another one, Remedy, is a really good studio. Obviously, the people that make Control and Alan Wake and stuff like that, they would be a really good studio to buy. Even from software, like the Demon Souls, like Blood, like all that stuff, because there's such a niche thing and people love those games. If they were exclusive, that would be such a console seller. So they got some. Obviously, you got the bigger ones, like the crazier ones. Like if they bought Ubisoft, that would be mad. But or EA or something like that. But or even Activision. But imagine them buying WB. Obviously, that was up for sale last year, and obviously they changed their mind. If they had all like the DC stuff exclusive, like Arkham and obviously Batman and stuff, that would probably get me more than this Bethesda stuff.
Yeah.
If Arkham and all that was exclusive on Xbox.
Well, they were saying there was rumors that Microsoft was going to buy WB when it was up for sale last time, didn't they?
Yeah, they were in the bidding. They were in the bidding. Yeah, when is it AT&T were going to sell it because they were in debt or whatever, and then they changed their mind because they decided that it's too valuable because of Harry Potter, because of Gotham Knights, and because of Suicide Squad. They decided not to do it. But I know if it after those games come out, potentially it might be back on the market again. But it'd be a shame. Cool.
I've got a message from Ash. His internet's gone and he can't get back, so he won't be joining us again. He's gone.
Rip.
So, down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's not coming back.
Lost him.
Internet is completely dead.
He's reset his route and he's only getting 3 megabits. So it's not sustainable. It's just not. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
That's Southend Wi-Fi for you.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
I might have to we have to trim out like a new frame if we're going to do a video version of this.
Put just get like a I don't know, we should just open another window, just like a sock puppet or something.
Yeah.
We should have an emergency stand-in.
Yeah, we should have thought of that afterwards. Yeah, we'll think about that next time.
Or find a really bad picture of Ash and just crop him in it when he's where he's like putting like a face or something.
We'll do afterwards. Bradley Moore,
Hello.
VR.
Yeah, so I was going to talk a little bit about VR with the recent news that second version is coming. So my question was going to be in discussion: will it always be a novelty product, a novelty sort of associated with novelty-ish games, or will there ever be that sort of influx of AAA? Will it be a front-standing platform? I kind of so my thoughts are that I think it's going to be quite hard, because when it first came out and it was mostly all indie games, that made me, I mean, it was fine, it was good because that was what it was. It was a novelty sort of console and it was great, like all these visual demos and things that lasted 15 minutes and it was over, and that was all well and good. But then the AAA games, there was like, okay, well, there's VR support on Gran Turismo and Resident Evil, which was brilliant. It's like, okay, brilliant. Now they've proved they can do it, and it looks amazing and fantastic. And this is a full feature-length game in VR. They've proven it. Now let's see the floodgates open. But it never came. It never really happened. I think Resident Evil is probably the biggest title, the biggest franchise that's released. I guess there has been Doom. They made a Skyrim VR version, but they kind of flopped. People didn't like them. The reviews weren't great. They're very, very clunky. That it was Skyrim was like a point and click.
You kind of didn't walk, did you? You just kind of teleported and all that.
Yeah. And that's a necessity for VR because of the motion sickness. Like it's very hard to achieve whereas at Resident Evil they got it right. It snapped. Like if you looked to your left, like you could move forward normally, but you can't strafe, because if there's something about like a cross section of movement, like if you go in one direction it's fine in VR, but when you combine it like crisscross, like strafing and moving forward, that's when it fucks your brain and makes you feel sick. So if you look left, it sort of snapped left and snapped, which was it's that immersion which you don't have in normal games on your TV, but in VR, it does take a bit of adjusting. Like after the first, after the tutorial, you kind of get used to it, and that really puts limitations on these AAA games. I think like games like, I don't want to do it where you haven't got that. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I stand with it all, but it's a shame. Like, is it destined to just be these novelty games? Because they work well. Like the best game on VR. Probably the one that I've preferred, apart from Resident Evil, was Rush of Blood.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's played that.
People like Half-Life Addicts from last year. That was supposed to be the best ever VR game.
Oh, really? I don't know.
It's not been on PSVR. But yeah, obviously people like Half-Life, so maybe it's hyped a little bit. But from what I heard, it's like a must play on VR, and it's like by far the best VR experience.
See, I love Half-Life. Why have I not done that?
You can only play it
PC.
on. Yeah, what
it's
was
not
it?
PS.
Is it the Oculus? Is it Oculus or what's the other Oculus? What's the
Is
other
it Vive?
VR?
Is it Vive?
I think it might be Vibe. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it is Vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Vibe? I don't know if I'm saying the right word, but
yeah. So basically, you'd be buying a VR. You'd have to have a gaming PC, and you'd only be buying it for one game.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, PSVR is not powerful enough to run it. Like resolution and stuff. So hopefully once we get the next version, I'm sure they will do a port. So might have to wait for that. But yeah, Brad, what's your thoughts on what proceeding? Sorry.
Yeah, so I've not really played. I've played a bit your VR years ago, and it was alright, but I just never bought into it. I just kind of at the minute, I think there's potential that it could get more mainstream and bigger, and like you maybe even get to the point where games come out and they're like, you got a VR version, you got a normal version, but at the moment, I just kind of see it as novelty games. So like I know Astrobot Rescue Mission, was it? I think.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
That was a big game. Everyone loved that, but again, like Brad said, they're kind of little like novelty games, and
it's interesting why they didn't do the new Astrobot. Well, I guess because PS5 was the whole point of that was to
showcase the controller.
Yeah.
Whereas the last Astrobot was to showcase the VR.
The VR, yeah. I think like maybe Astrobot might become a little mascot. Be pretty cool.
Well, the PlayStation mascot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. But yeah, I'm just not interested in VR. It's just not for me at the minute. So
no fair.
But I can see it. I like answer your question. I can see it going. Yeah, I can see it going more popular, more mainstream. I think they need to I think you said it last week. They've got the new VR and it's one wire instead of two. Like it needs to just be. I don't know, do it or whatever. But wireless VR. Like smaller helmet, like smaller hat or whatever you call it, put it on, gear, you put it on and then you're in, you know what I mean? Like that'd be a lot better. But
I can't it's so frustrating, isn't it? Because VR is unbelievable. Like PSVR is an unbelievable experience. Like when you bother to get it out, set it all up, do all that, stick your hat on, it's one hell of an experience. And that when I first put VR on, my mind was blown. It surpassed my expectations like 100-fold. It was incredible. And it's just sat at the back of my cupboard for going dusty. It's like every few months I get it out for an evening and then it's gone again, and it seems such a shame. And I almost wonder if a solution would be not that I don't know if AAA games just have a section for VR. Like that's not really a thing at the moment, and that's what I can't get my head around. I mean, hypothetically, one of the ideas I was thinking about, which would never happen because it would involve EA in actually investing in FIFA, but have a VR mode. Not you couldn't play FIFA in VR. That would be mental. You'd be kicking up your living room. But have like a penalty shootout. Like have just a little segmented VR novelty. All right, there's FIFA, but it's VR compatible, and you can do a penalty in VR. That would work. Or I don't know what other games could take a shooting range or something. Like you couldn't really have a proper action shooter in VR. That would be too much. But you could have a firing range and a target practice, like Time Crisis style thing with your favorite characters, with your favorite guns, all rendered in VR. There's a whole nother realm that they could that transition into being mainstream could be a little gimmicky section within a AAA game, but none of that's happening, and it is frustrating.
Yeah, the game I played a few weeks ago, Concrete Genie, had like a little VR section.
That's true, yeah.
So that had like a little add-on bit. So that was I don't know what it was like because I didn't play it, but that was one. But then that wasn't. Yeah, it's weird. That's like an indie game, and they've got the VR section, and like you say, you got the big AAA games that just kind of like no. I just suppose they don't see it as it's not worth the money kind of at the moment. So it's
software is definitely being held back by hardware at this moment in time, and it's just waiting for that. I don't know, that Mario 64 game or the GTA 3 or wherever it is. I mean, that game that just takes it to the next level. We just haven't had that yet, and I think it's definitely like you guys said, it's the hardware. I think a big problem they probably have more than the headset, because I think the headset's naturally going to get smaller and wireless. That's kind of obvious. I think it's the controllers, like holding wands or is it going to be gloves that you put on? I don't know. I feel like that is the big problem, is how do you simulate movement and picking things up? Because if you can get some like VR gloves or maybe some feet or so, I don't know what it is. And
get some football socks on for your penalty shootout.
Yeah, you have like a fake horse or something so you can ride it, play Red Dead in VR or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's the biggest hurdle, is just the controller, I think, what you do with your hands. Because it's holding a controller obviously breaks the immersion, and I think it's probably gloves, some form of gloves or whatever it is. But yeah,
but the sticks are perfect though, because the sticks replicate a gun. Like when you're holding a PS stick, it's got a trigger at the back. Yes, it's a stick, but when you're looking at it in VR, it's a gun and it feels like a gun. So that the way that the sticks operate is perfect for gunplay.
Sure, on that. I get that. A gun would probably work, but yeah, anything else outside a gun where you just want to pick things up maybe or do different things, it's or even like, I guess it works for like a sword as well, because you can hold it as like a
lightsaber.
Yeah.
See, why is there not? I mean, imagine a lightsaber fight in VR with a PS stick.
I think there is. Is there like a Darth Vader thing? I believe
there is.
Do you not hold a lightsaber in that?
I mean, Beat Saber, you hold a lightsaber. No, what's it called? Beat
Saber,
Beat Saber, isn't it? Yeah, that's cool. Has anyone played that?
No.
I
don't have VR.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. It's good.
I feel it's a good workout as well. You can get your cardio in, you know,
for sure.
swinging like lightsaber. So yeah,
banging soundtrack as well.
Yeah, I saw Reese. I played Reese's VR when he brought it around to my old place years ago, and I just saw all the setup, and I was like, probably, and I put it on. It was good. I was in like an X-wing, and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. But then I was like, it's probably not.
It's just a big box, and it's all the wire. And I know Brad said like, oh, if you got it set up, it's just behind the TV. But I think for most people just find that so painful, that all the leads and wires, and it's like, to me, I can like put things together, and I think, I don't know, is it confusing for a lot of people? Because some people can't even work out how to turn the TV on or plug something in. They get people to set up their TVs, like putting a HDMI wire in the back, like, and plug it in. It's like, well, it's quite simple. But that is so clunky. It's like leads go here, that lead goes there. You got the right one, the left one, and it's Do
you think there's any health and safety requirements holding VR back as well? Because I don't mean about like, you see the videos that are hilarious when you see people like stacking it into the telly and stuff. I don't mean that. That's just fucking stupid. But like if you think about it, with your VR headset, the screen is no longer the TV that's 6 foot away from you, 10 foot away from you. The screen is there in your eyes, and there's all the warnings come up like, only use this for 15 minutes and then turn it off again. And it can't be good for you. So if
you have to be over 14 as well, I believe, 14, 15.
Yeah, probably. So it can't be good for you to be watching a screen. Like if you've got a proper non-novelty AAA game that you would normally sit down and on a Sunday afternoon and play for 6 hours straight with. I mean, I don't know. Is that a consideration? A game company is worried about the backlash of having I don't know, maybe.
Likely, no, you're probably onto something there. I don't know if health warnings do come up about you playing it for too long.
When it's on, they don't. Beforehand, they tell you to
have breaks.
Take it off. Yeah,
have breaks, like maybe every I don't know how long you can keep it on.
Yeah,
but it is quite intense. Like when you're in it gets hot sometimes as well. But it is quite an intense experience, and most of the time, what I want from gaming is just to chill out. And that's quite I quite like looter games, because it's like you don't really think about much. You go around shooting things, setting all that up, putting a headset on. You're like, like it's like a full intense experience. It's just not what I look for in gaming. It's more of like a chilled and relaxing. Do I watch TV or do I play a game? Or do I do VR? The VR would just never be an option for me. Unless it's some like really slick thing where you're just popping it on and you're just like, oh look, I'm playing Zelda.
Yeah.
No,
Minecraft out of nowhere updated to VR, didn't it? That was.
I bet that was quite good. Have you played it?
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. Really, really good. I can't believe I've only played it for like 15 minutes. I put my hat on and was like, this is fucking sick.
It's called a hat now.
I don't know what it's called. Headset, whatever.
Popped it on, went around in my little world, because I've been building this world for ages. Like, in the first lockdown, that was all I was doing. I was building a world with my mate Josh, and spent all that time, and then sort of parked it for a couple of months. Put my hat on, went back in. I was like, fucking hell, I built this. Walking through all the corridors and the castles and stuff.
I am God.
What's the perspective like? Is it like things are really tall, or is it?
Everything is huge. Yeah, it's suddenly it's just a whole new perspective. You feel so small in that Minecraft world. Like, I'm walking down the corridors and like normally, like, it's two blocks high, a little corridor in a cave or something, and like you're looking up at the ceiling, like fucking hell, like walking through. It's genuinely mind blowing. Really.
Yeah,
I was waiting for Minecraft VR to come out for years and years and years, and then just one day there was just a blog post like, oh yeah, we've done it. I thought they were going to put it on the back burner for ages.
It's quite a coincidence, actually. Sorry to interrupt you there, but I think you brought it up to me at work one day. It was like, I'm surprised they never did it, and I said it came out yesterday.
Yeah. That's right.
It was legit. It was quite odd, but yeah, go on. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, I just thought it was. I wasn't sure if it was ever going to come because Xbox, obviously, it's an Xbox owned Mojang owned Xbox, didn't they? Xbox owned Mojang now, and they've Xbox have got the what's the Xbox VR one, Microsoft one?
There isn't one,
isn't there?
No.
Oh, but there is but their games can be played on PC, which is Oculus, So I don't know. I just thought they'd never give it to Sony, but yeah, it happened. Yep, it's great.
Yeah,
that money, they like that money, that dollar. Anyway, I will go on to my topic, which is about E3 and whether it's dead and whether or not we think it's a good thing. So I'm going to give us a little bit of like a history of what's happened to E3 pre-pandemic and kind of the trend which a lot of the publishers have been taking. So I'll go through each one. So Sony decided to skip E3 in 2019 and they launched State of Play. We got our first State of Play in 2019. Microsoft started doing their own showcases during 2020, but it was still set during the E3 window, during that E3 week.
I'm pretty sure when it like they done one like across the road from E3 as well. Like they actually had their own hall just across the road.
Yeah, I think Microsoft actually owns the center, and they're like, why are we paying millions to be in across the road when we've got this big building where we've got ourselves? So I think they moved a few years ago with that, maybe 2017, I want to say. Nintendo started their directs back in 2017. Well, the first English one was in 2017. And they have multiple throughout the year, minis, Pokemon Pacific ones, and they didn't do one at all last year during the pandemic. We got our first one, which was last month, 17th of Feb, which was a little bit underwhelming. Bethesda have now been acquired by Microsoft, so they're likely not to do their own one anymore. Ubisoft launched Ubisoft Forward last year, and they did their first one in July, and then they followed up with a second one in September. Both were not that great. EA have their showcase called EA Play Live. The first EA Play Live was in 2017. And once again, even during the pandemic last year, they held it during E3 week, like Microsoft. And last but not least, Square this week have revealed that they're doing Square Enix Presents, which is going to be a new digital series where they announce games, share news, updates throughout the year. So clearly they're going to do a multiple thing throughout the year. I haven't mentioned WB because although they did one last year with DC Fandom, they don't really normally do their own one, and Rockstar always do their own thing, and Activision don't really do one. They always like with the big like Sony or Microsoft, and they have their Blizzard does their own thing as well. But given that pretty much every publisher's now got their own showcase and event, is that all but confirmed that E3 is the show itself is kind of dead? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's gone. Everyone's kind of just realised that they can do their own thing. Like you say, they've all some of them have been doing it since Nintendo 2017. So I think they've I think E3 as a thing is no more.
It was heading that way anyway, wasn't it? And it's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, the pandemic has just put the final nail in the coffin really. So I don't think it will be coming back anymore. And which I kind of think is a bit of a shame for me, because I think it was like that time of year back where you knew that the week or however long it is on for, load of stuff was going to get announced hopefully, and then you can go like if you can check when you get up to see what was announced and you see all these trailers and that. So it was good, like all this all this stuff was going to come out and it's contained contained a few days, but the
holiday season for gamers.
Yeah.
It was really good. I enjoyed it as well.
I was at work and just come out of my lunch break because I used to work till like 9. So my lunch break was at 5, and I went to get my car, and I just had text messages with everyone saying like Fallout 4 and E3 and links, and I looked at it, and they'd announced Fallout 4, and it was amazing. That was one of the best E3 moments for like I've enjoyed.
Which was that 2016?
2015.
2015.
Yeah, so it was just that was pretty.
We worked together then, right?
We did, but we didn't. I don't think we didn't speak to each other back then.
Yeah, good old times. Good times.
That was before I was. I think I'd only been working there like a couple of months. So then you'd been maybe working there a month or something. So
sure.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And when I first time I saw him, I was like, briefcase wanker. I ain't talking to him.
Oh, that's what I thought when I first saw him.
Yeah. It's weird. He doesn't have a briefcase, but when you see him, you kind of feel you see him holding a briefcase, and you're like, what is this? Yeah, like some optical illusion. It's just So
for sure.
Yeah.
Secretly have one in my closet.
Yeah.
Do you think, given that recently, obviously it's all subjective, and obviously it's impossible to please everybody, but having loads of mini conferences throughout the year, and obviously the announcement of the news is spread out rather than have some big blowout in 1 week, is it going to create a lot more underwhelming conferences?
Yeah, I think it's going to give us more to talk about. But it's definitely going to be underwhelming. Like the one we just had with Sony. Yeah, very underwhelming.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Direct again, underwhelming. So I think you have more news, but it's going to be less impactful. It's going to be a bit like, oh, okay, yeah, Splatoon. There's an update on Splatoon. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why I use Splatoon as an example, but just
sure.
Did.
Yeah. I'm not into like multiple franchises. Like I'm not as broad on the gaming spectrum as you guys, but E3 was something that I'd always look forward to, and always be like getting all that news in 1 week. I'd be, oh, look at that trailer, look at that trailer, like, oh, this is happening. I'd get bought into the hype, and I just know I won't have that hype when it's segmented. So it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just read about it on Twitter, and it's like, oh, all right, yeah, good. And there's something about that event. That E3 event where there's like, it's going to be like hit after hit after hit. It's just associated with a lot of excitement, and just it's just for me it's massively it's a big shame.
I think that's that's going to be the biggest thing. It's the big news dump. Because again, like all the big publishers and developers, they would have saved all their juicy good golden nuggets for E3, because that's where you showcased everything. Whereas now they'll be like, oh, we just do one here, we do one there, we can talk about so and so.
Some of them seem to be doing it like half a year, and some do it quarterly. Like I think the Sony one that we just had, which obviously a lot of people found underwhelming, was just the first half of 2021. So I'm sure we'll get a second one in June, which will have Horizon, it'll have other games, and I'm sure it'll be a lot better, because their ones last year were very good. They were probably my favorite, and you might say I'm biased, but I like the PS5.
You definitely are biased sitting there wearing PlayStation t-shirts.
Yeah, I am. But the PS5 reveal show was great. Like when it opened with Rockstar logo, and I know it was a little bit underwhelming, it was online, but I thought,
new game. It's GTA.
Oh my God, they're doing GTA 6. This is mental. And then it wasn't.
Or even DLC. Could have been DLC, could have been GTA 5 DLC. No, it was just GTA Online. Guess what? You can pay to play GTA Online on another console. Oh, thanks.
Again.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, I'll do that, right? And then, and guess what? I will download it and play it on the PS5 because I'm an idiot. So
well, PS Plus, you can play it, download it for free.
Yeah.
But
I own the game, but Ashley's had it for about 4 years now, and I don't think I've ever seen it again. So
no, you're not. It's his game now.
It's his game now.
I feel like there's a time period where it's like it's no longer your game. It's the other person.
I still have your Uncharted 4, so that's my game now.
It is your game. I don't have a disc drive, so I couldn't even play it. And it's on the collections, I want to say.
Yeah. So
it's cool. You can keep it. It's your game.
Cheers, mate. Nice one.
But yeah, that conference and then I went back up again because of the Spider-Man drop. I wasn't expecting Miles, and I saw the black suit, and I thought, oh my god. And then obviously to end it, we saw a bit of Horizon and that thing, and then the ending it with the God of War reveal was like.
So that was a good one. That was
come on, it's a great conference.
The God of War lie, 2020. But
it's not yet. It's not yet, Brad. It's not been delayed yet.
Yeah,
beginning of this year so far. You can quote. You can snip. We can make that a little snip. Beginning of this year. But yeah, how do publishers set the right expectations? What's the right thing to do? Because it's kind of like Square Enix, who are doing their conference, I believe, next week, I want to say. They've basically just revealed everything they're going to show. They said it's going to be approximately 40 minutes. They're showing Life is Strange, Outriders, Tomb Raider 25th anniversary, Marvel Avengers, Just Called Mobile, and other announcements. They've like set expectations.
Yeah.
Anybody goes into that, I think they're going to see Final Fantasy. Although I've seen some journalists put Final Fantasy pictures and stuff, which is a little bit misleading for people.
Who's this one? Is this Square? Sorry.
Square, yeah. Square, like they've literally said what they're showing. So they've set expectations. You're not going to see anything to do with Final Fantasy. So don't expect it.
Yeah. So,
is that the right thing to do? Just to say what you're going to be there?
For me, I know we do a gaming podcast and I should watch it, but I'm not going to watch that because I don't really care about anything they're talking about. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm out. So
they're not still do a tease though. You say they're not going to talk about Final Fantasy. Could they not just?
They could still,
like with God of War, where they just did that. Like on the last Sony thing you were talking about, they just dropped a logo at the end. Like they could. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't mean
they could always have something in the bag for like the like the sucker punch, couldn't they? Like to do it, but
probably won't. But
no, probably won't. No. So I think maybe they're doing it now that they're releasing what they're going to talk about because I know people's expectations just get so high and they're like, oh, they're definitely going to talk about this, and they're just tempering them. They're just kind of like, can't call you jets. This is what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, maybe that is the right thing to do. But then does it take the excitement away? Like you're like, oh, are we going to see this? Are we going to see that? And it's kind of a part of it, isn't it? Although you're then, oh, I didn't see what I wanted to see. But I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I always get hyped. I'm so stupid. I just like every time there's going to be like a big conference, I'm like, up to 10, like I can't wait to see this.
The Sony one, you was messaging going, Metal Gear remake is getting announced, Horizon, and it was like a 20-minute trailer of Deathloop, which we've seen so many times before, and then just like some Final Fantasy thing, and that was it really, wasn't it? Just kind of yeah. No, it was a little bit underwhelming for our tastes anyway, but I think the rumors are so strong with all those things, so I think they will eventually get revealed. Maybe that's another thing as well. Like something that we're not interested in and we're not bothered about. That's something that someone else is tuning in for. That's what they want. So yeah,
that's what I mean. You can't please everybody. It's impossible
to please everyone. Yeah. So it's just
like they could have showed Horizon at the end and gave us a full gameplay thing, and I would have absolutely loved it. It probably would have made the conference for me, and maybe even Brad Moore. But Final Fantasy fans would have been like, oh, I would have much preferred what they actually showed. So, do you know what I mean? It's like you said, you can't please everybody. Like, I'll watch the Square thing purely for the Avengers. Are they going to show anything new? Probably not. Are they going to disappoint me?
Probably going to be like, we're ending it. We're
cancelling it. The funny thing is, I think this is taking place next week because it's taking place on the day Hawkeye gets released. I think at the exact same time. So their new DLC comes out, and then we're just going to do a conference at the same time as this. It's like, well, that's smart.
Be an advert for the DLC, isn't it?
Probably, that's always going to be. Is go play Hawkeye right now, rather than something new like, oh, Spider-Man's next.
Yeah, we're doing this. This is our roadmap. Please keep playing the game because there is more content coming. I don't know. Yeah, it's a shame about E3, but like Brad said, it was on the decline anyway, and the pandemic has just killed it. And when you think it just used to be journalists, like it was just journalists, and then they started opening it up to the public. And it was just getting less and less big names would go in there, and then now, obviously, last year and this year,
I would love to have gone. It's such a shame. Like it's probably like you said, it's dead now, so we're never going to get it. But that live audience experience made it sometimes as well. Like hearing the cheers, Like I remember once again, obviously bias Sony, but my favorite ever conference was the 2017 Sony one, where they opened it with God of War and that live orchestra, the doo doo, and obviously the reveal of him and going, boy, it was just hitting the roar of the crowd. It was incredible. And that conference, I don't think you could hit a peak. I think that was like the peak because you had Spider-Man was revealed in that. It ended it with Last of Us, with Eddie playing the guitar with Joel in the doorway, and it showed Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Crash was shown then. It was like, wow, like it was like bang, bang, bang. It was, it kind of
can't have been announced since 2017, can it? Because it came out in 2008.
We forgot our first gameplay.
Oh, okay. Sorry to pick you up on that. Sorry to.
Yeah, we got our first piece of gameplay.
Be a bit of a knob.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
The E3. Rest in peace.
Rip.
Rip.
Good.
E3.
It's good while it lasted.
Yeah. Well, it has officially already been cancelled for this year. The LA government council, whatever they call it in America. Yeah, they basically said they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to.
Is there a chance it will carry on, but will just be shit? I guess that's probably the most likely scenario, isn't it? There will be one when the pandemic's over, but it will just it will have lost all of its. It just would have lost all its charm, lost all of its exclusivity. It would have just be like another a cash grab for.
I think it'll probably turn into like a PAX or a bit like what we have here. What was that thing we went to, Brad?
Eurogamer Expo.
Yeah. It's like something like that where people just go and play the game, play demos. Developers will be there.
Got a lot worse when it was in Earls Court and it was in the smaller area, like a smaller hall. Brilliant. I went there the year Fallout New Vegas was coming out, and like they had an 18 section and all these games. The queues weren't big. Go in and play whatever you want. By the time we went years later, when we went to the one in Birmingham, it was just like, what do we play? We only played for a handful of games because we was just queuing up for hours. And
we queued for like nearly 2 hours for Battlefront, and Star Wars Battlefront 2.
It was just, and in the end, it was like kind of like more stalls and more like PC building stalls than actual games and all that. But so that got a bit worse. But I'd go back to one, especially obviously it ain't been one for a while now because of the pandemic. So
I think 2019 was actually back in. I think they moved it back to London. It was in the XL. So
for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously not for you, but
great stuff. Okay, moving on to Bradley's Sealy.
Oh, my section, yeah.
Your section.
Welcome to Bradley's Corner.
It's corner now. All right.
Yeah. Section, room, van. Get in the van. I don't know.
Sounds very rapey.
Yeah, that's Christ.
Okay, so this, again, it's back. It's back, baby. This Day in Gaming. Third week. This is the third week in a row.
Yeah, it is the third week in a row. We're
strong. So I've got a guessing game again. I reckon Ashley might have got it because I think he played it, but he's gone. He's
gone. He's not coming back, is he?
His router has just exploded or something.
It was a great time. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah. So this game released in 2005, 15th of March. It came out on the I think that was the PS2 or the Xbox and the Xbox release. It's also on PC. Published by Ubisoft, so it's a Ubisoft game, and developed by Gearbox. It's very similar to a TV show that was on around the time as well, early 2000s. It follows a character called Matt Baker, who is voiced by Troy Baker. Is Troy Baker, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a voice actor. Yeah.
Matt Baker, voiced by Troy Baker. Set in World War II. And it follows the 502nd Parachute Infantry Regiment.
Oh, Brothers in Arms.
Hey, Brothers in Arms, yeah. So Brothers in Arms. Road to Hill 30. Obviously, kind of like Band of Brothers, which was on. That must have been on 2001, 2002, because I was on when I was at school, I think. So So Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30. It was a first-person shooter, but it kind of was more focused on tactics than just full-out combat. So you is in charge of a fire team and an assault team, and you could order them to go and like flank And I also remember, I don't know if it was in the first game, like your soldiers could get killed, and if they got killed in one mission, and they just weren't there in the next one. So if you got if you got a corporal and all that, yeah, he's gone. I remember I was playing one. I think it might have been the third one or the second one. I sent some of my teams around to flank someone, and this fucking tank come out and just wiped them all out. I had to like, turn it off and then like load up on a previous save because I was like, I can't have Corporal, Jenkins, whatever his name is, just get murdered by this tank. It's not fair. I don't know if you have played it.
I haven't played it. No.
One of my fondest memories of all time.
I feel like Brett just goes through like a library of games that Reese has never played and then picks them every fucking.
People like these games. Like this got what is it? This got an 82 on Metacritic.
I've played it.
Yeah, see,
that's good.
It's like one of my fondest memories. I can't remember what game it was, but one of my fondest memories of games of all time was me just playing this game. Like it's just, I don't know. So I really enjoyed them. There were sequels, Owned in Blood, which was really good, and then Hell's Highway, which was okay. I think Hell's Highway had this bit where you was kind of like tripping out and you was in like a mental asylum. It went a bit weird. There was going to be a Brothers in Arms 4, or Furious 4, but it wasn't going to be like the same as set in World War II. So I got a little like synopsis of what that was going to be. So Brothers in Arms Furious 4, later called Furious 4, was a first-person shooter video game which was being developed by Gearbox. It was unveiled at Ubisoft at their E3 2011 conference. Originally set to be published by Ubisoft as part of the Brothers in Arms series, the title eventually became an independent intellectual property for Gearbox. The project was ultimately cancelled in July 2015, with many of the gameplay elements transferred to another project, Battleborn, which just absolutely died in its arse, I think, didn't it, Battleborn? So
Battleborn,
it's kind of like it come out at the same time as like Overwatch and all that, didn't it?
Gearbox are the developer that do Borderlands, right?
I think so, yeah. So, but yeah, these are. I wanted a
Yeah, they are.
I wanted a sequel, like a World War II Brothers in Arms game, for years, and obviously, I think the last one came out in 2011, so it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But yeah, like I say, 82 Metacritic, really good. Like, if you try and play it now on PS2, it's going to look like dog shit. So it's hard to do.
At the time, it was very good, wasn't it? At
the time, it was really good. Because I remember going into it thinking I was going to like Call of Duty. And then when you had to do the tactics, I was like, what the fuck, what's this shit? I don't have to do this bit. But it's really good because it makes you think, like, you get someone to like lay down fire there to distract them, and you send your other team around to take them out. And yeah, it was just, it was just like, issuing, and the squad commands, what I can remember, were easy to use and understand. They weren't very complicated. It was like attack and, just pointing where they wanted to go and lay down fire. Yeah, it was just a different kind of first-person game that was just felt good, good solid gameplay and good story as well. And a lot of the missions on there were based on true events. Like, so there's real, battles that took place in World War II. Obviously, they changed some of it. Like I think Matt Baker, the character he plays on, is kind of based on a few different people. But it's just, I think it was really good. It came out at a time when. Yeah, it's like I say, Band of Brothers and all the Call of Duties most of the Call of Duties were, I think all of them back in 2005 were all called World War II. So
yeah, they were.
Just a different kind of first person shooter, but it was really good. And if you wanted to pick it up on eBay, you can get it on the Xbox for £1.20. So I think I actually found that I think I found my copy in the loft when I was clearing out. So I've still got it somewhere. But yeah, hopefully, I did see something that they was going to do a sequel, but I don't think it's going to happen, which is a shame.
No, I think Gearbox are busy doing their Borderlands stuff, aren't they? And other things.
Yeah, all these fucking looter games are just ruining it for everyone else. You know what I mean? It's just yeah.
And too complicated for me now, anyway.
Did you say that Ubisoft don't own it anymore? Gearbox own it? Who owns the IP?
That was for Furious 4. It's got here Brothers in Arms leak, soft reboot built on Unreal Engine 4 coming to next gen in 2021, and this is from August 2020. So, there's apparently, but
I think
It's good.
Ubisoft still own it.
Yeah, it's good because like when the enemies used to have like an indicator over them. So I think if it was red, they were like, obviously still shooting, and then when it went to grey, that means they're suppressed, and that's when you can move up and send your squad in. And yeah, it was a really good game. Really enjoyed it. Yeah,
Interesting.
I'll find a game that you've played, Reese. Maybe.
Apparently, last year they said that it's going to be developed into a TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that'd be good. I'd like to. Yeah.
Everything's been developed into a TV show. Literally.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I think we should keep a score on these games. So guessing game. Last week Ashley got it with Metal Gear. This week Brad. So Reese,
I'm lagging behind. Yeah.
You're lagging behind. You're Reese lagging behind.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Got him.
Oh, Christ. So bad. Anyway, Bradley Moore, what have you been playing this week?
What I've been playing. I've one guess.
Bug Snacks.
I was about to say Bug Snacks.
Yeah, I was going to be Bug Snacks. Yeah.
I have been playing. I've been playing a bit more FIFA again. No need to talk about that. And I've been playing a lot of competitive PvP with young Reese over there, actually, which is on Destiny. The Crucible mode. It's kind of the DLC's come out now. We've had the season. We've done the content loop, and now it's either the time to move on to other games or play PvP. And of course, I'm playing PvP.
I saw you on Twitch playing PvP.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I saw you on there. Yeah. So
cool. You should tweet it out next time.
I will do. Next time I'll advertise that you're streaming. So
spot on.
Yep.
No in jokes at all here.
No. What could they be?
Yeah, so that's been fun. I guess I've answered yours there, Reese, as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much all I played this week, except for I played Monster Hunter demo a little bit this morning. I downloaded it and I gave it a little go, and like when you haven't picked up the Switch for a while, and I was quite impressed with how good it looked. Do you know what I mean? I got memories in my head that it just looks really, really bad. But no, the Switch is such an impressive little device, and I want to play it more, but I just don't. I don't know. I'm just kind of annoyed with myself that I should play it more, but I don't. But yeah, the only thing I've played this week is Destiny. Really.
Speaking of the Switch, I've dusted off my little 3DS actually. So. Any recommendations? I know it's not Switch. I'm not a peasant, but I haven't got a Switch. But
I've actually got my. I know every week I just lean over to my right and just pull out of random stuff up. But yeah, I've got my 3DS here. I only have 2 3DS games. The rest of the games I've played in it with.
Are they both Pokemon?
Well, I've got. Let's have a look.
What's the best Pokemon game on the 3DS?
3DS. I haven't played any of the 3DS ones. I know. I think Sun and Moon was supposed to be good though. Black and White were. I don't know if that was on Black and White was on the 3DS, but that was rubbish anyway. Right. Mostly the games in here, Reese, are I've got 4 Pokemon games in this case and 3 Professor Laytons and a Mario. So yeah, it's
not surprised by that at all.
And Simpsons movie.
Nice.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Cool.
But if I was going to recommend a game, I'd say Pokemon.
What have you got? What's that? So. Zelda?
I've got Mario Kart, Zelda, that's Majora's, no, Ocarina, that was the remake, and Smash Bros.
Oh, nice. Rayman Rabbids.
Love this little show and tell.
Yeah, there you go. Look,
it's great, isn't it?
This is great for the audio listeners. Yeah. They're showing little tiny cartridges, by the way, if people are listening to this.
If you've never played, if you've never, hang about, Brad. Snap. Snap. Look at that.
They both got Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, I recommend if you have never played them, you need to play the Professor Layton. The first one, the Curious Village, is brilliant. I love it. Like,
pretty much all those games you've shown are all been like ported to the Switch, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just
right.
Yeah. I'd like to. I'll just have to recommend.
I'm saying bad thing. So, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Just play Pokemon.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the new one. I'm gonna go with
new Pokemon.
Yeah, the Legends. I can't wait to play the Legend one, and also I can't wait to play the remake of the Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, because I haven't played them. So
I might have to play Pokemon after this. I have to restart Gold again. Just.
I might. Well, I think we're going to do a little bit more PvP.
Yeah.
PvP.
You need to PP.
PvP. I think that's it for what we've been playing this week. Unless Brad, Seeley, have you played anything? Well, I presume you haven't, because the last 3 weeks you've done nothing.
Ouch.
I started playing Control.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Finally.
started playing Control. Yeah, not too far into it, but so far, it's pretty good. Weird. It's a bit weird. But enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
And I've also been trialing the xCloud on Xbox Game Pass xCloud. So I've been streaming.
Ooh, how's that?
Streaming. It's all right. Played a little bit of Gears of War, and last night I was playing a bit of Halo on it. I was just playing like games I'd already played before.
Sure.
Don't think it's for me playing on a phone because I don't know. I've got like this little Razer Kishi like controller you clip onto your Android phone.
Sure.
And I don't know. It was very responsive, and my Wi-Fi is pretty good, and it was like the frame drops at some. It was just, I mean, like you look up when you look up, and then it's like going down like that. It's like, and then the audio is kind of dropping in and out, and it was all right. I enjoyed playing it, but it was, and it comes up. It's still beta. It's okay, but it wouldn't be how I'd want to play my like
AAA big games.
So I want to play Halo 5 because I've not played it. It's on Game Pass, and Gears 5. I ain't going to be playing them on the phone. Whereas the Switch, I played The Witcher 3. That is how I played The Witcher 3. I just played it on the Switch. You know what I mean?
Although I wouldn't pick to play that type of game on a small screen. I want it the best possible graphics on a massive screen. Yeah,
I've said before, The Witcher 3 on the Switch was brilliant. But yeah, played that for a little while, and a little bit of Control. So I'm probably going to carry on playing Control this week.
Cool.
I want to get back into the Division, so we need to.
I will re-download that. So
when
definitely
we can do that. So that's me.
Good.
That's me. I've actually played something this week. So.
No, it's good. It's finally. How far are you in Control?
Not very far. I've got the power to throw things.
Okay.
I've got to find a telephone.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
You know what the best thing about that game is? Running around in the offices and just fucking knocking into all the trolleys and everything.
It was so good. I was just like in a room at one point and I was just smashing to pieces desks and that.
The physics are really impressive, aren't they? All the particles and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really
it's like they've done it too good. It's like they didn't need to put that much effort into the physics of that.
I realised the melee button was like it's like force push, and then I was just like, I was the desk, I was smashing like this windows.
What's this? A water cooler? Fuck off!
Yeah, like, don't need this. Yeah, so that was I enjoyed that bit. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. But we'll carry on playing that, and never know. Maybe I'll turn my Xbox on this week. I don't know.
Yeah, you should do. Play Fallout 76 and give us a little update on that.
Yeah,
tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Obviously, Avengers comes out next week, so I'll be playing that very shortly. So, hopefully we'll have a different game to play. And I think Monster Hunter is the week after that. So, I'll speak about that the week after. Anyway, I think that is it for the gaming portion of the show. Brad, do you want to tell the guys where to follow, like, subscribe?
Yes, so if you follow us on Twitter and Instagram, if you want to get in touch, you can send us a message through either of them or leave a comment. And like a few people have been leaving comments, which is nice. It is at PTPlayerspod on Twitter and PTPlayerspod on Instagram. Facebook. You can't FaceTime us. We won't be giving that information out.
I am not FaceTiming any of our audio listeners.
Facebook is the podcast.
Joke.
And Gmail is ptplayerspod@gmail.com. Any one of those ways you can get in contact with us. Also got a YouTube channel, PTPlayerspod, where we post each week's episode goes up on there, but a video version. So if you watch it on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And the thumbs up really helps.
We appreciate anything.
Even if you think it's all right, just give it a thumbs up. Or even if you don't watch it, just give it a thumbs up.
Yeah,
it's mediocre. Do you know what? If you think it's shit, just give us a thumbs up just to help us out.
It just helps us out. Yeah, just helps us out. If you download us on Apple Podcasts, please use the rating system in the app. So it's nice and easy. Yeah, just give us a nice little 5-star review and like a few little sentences saying how much you love it.
Sure.
It'd be great. Even if you think we deserve like a 1 or 2 star, again, just give us 5. it doesn't matter. It doesn't cost you anything. It's, it helps us out. So yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah.
It would be really good. Yeah, we appreciate anybody that's done that so far as well. So thank you.
Anyone who just takes time to listen to this shit is. You're a good person because
you are a very good person. But no, we will try and I will anyway. I'm sure Brad will try and stream a little bit more regularly and stuff. So my username is my Twitch handle, I don't know what they call it, is Reese 118. So if you want to subscribe and watch us play Destiny anytime. And Brad M, what's your one?
Love.
You want to plug it?
_Shax.
There you go.
2 X's.
I have one as well, but I've never streamed on it. So
do you want to give it out, though, Brad?
I'll give it out. Yeah. Boodles 87. That's my one. Yeah.
There you go. We all got Twitches.
Yeah.
We might do it once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
But Anyway, moving on to spoiler discussion, because there's no TV show. Obviously, next week we'll continue with our review, and it will be Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, sorry. But this week we're just going to do a little see where Brad Moore was with the MCU, and so we decided that we're going to do a nice little discussion of Civil War. So Captain America, the third in the series, Civil War, and we've all watched it recently again. And Brad, do you want to kick it off? Obviously, it was the first time you've seen it. What do you think? Impressions and stuff?
Yeah, great. Yeah, the whole So I'm watching MCU from the start because we started doing WandaVision just to give a bit of a backstory. We started to watch WandaVision, and then I sort of realised that I should probably not start with WandaVision. So about halfway through the series, I started to get into it and went back, and I'm up to Civil War, like Reece said now, and I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, the movie's just getting better and better, and I am watching all the ones in between. So I watched Ant-Man before Civil War, which is in the in the right order.
No, you did watch Ant-Man in the end. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and it kind of it doesn't make it. You don't need to for the narrative of Civil War and Avengers upcoming, presumably, but it does make those moments so much better. Though I'm glad I actually watched Ant-Man for 2 hours because. When he
turns up
in the back of the van, it's like, oh, it's Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's a good film as well.
It is a good film.
I enjoyed Ant-Man.
Yeah, they're all good. Like they're all good. All the films, but they really seem to be like Infinity War was the last Avengers film that I saw, and that just. Was that Infinity War?
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, sorry. Yeah, Infinity War's upcoming.
I was going to say, you fucking skipped.
No.
He's gone to the end game. He started with Endgame. Yeah.
Age of Ultron was brilliant. And I'm just keep getting told that you've seen nothing yet, boy. So very much looking forward to it. But Civil War. So Spider-Man's in it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Reece, you need to lend me the Blu-rays tomorrow. So do I need to watch Spider-Man now?
It's your next one. I'll bring it in tomorrow. Yeah.
Cool. So where do I start with it? I just loved I just thought it was a brilliant film. Civil War obviously suggested there was going to be a bit of an internal falling out, and it certainly delivered. And the mastermind behind it all was I kind of didn't get the first half of the film, but it all kind of pieced together a little bit after. Reece, do you want to go into a bit of a synopsis of, it's just so I don't fuck it up, just a brief synopsis of what happened?
Briefly, it's just so the beginning bit is obviously you got the new Avengers, which you see at the end of Age of Ultron, which is obviously Wanda, Falcon, Captain America, Black Widow, and they're obviously trying to. Can't remember where it is now. Is it somewhere in like South Africa or something like that? Anyway, they're trying to get this. Nigeria. Lagos. Yeah. Because they mention it in WandaVision, don't they? Lagos. I think it was one of the adverts in the thing with the towel thing with the red blood. Anyway. So you got the new Avengers. They're doing a mission. Anyway, Wanda's still quite premature with her powers and can't quite struggle to control them. And then she accidentally kills a lot of people in a building. And so it comes to the world government's attention that the Avengers shouldn't be an independent body, and they should basically be signed this called or whatever it's called.
Sokovia called,
Yeah. and that they basically should answer to the world government and be called on almost like a police, like a special police force. And obviously half of the people, like Tony Stark and War Machine and stuff, are with it. And obviously Vision and stuff like that, who sees the positives. And obviously a Captain America being righteous and thinks he's better than other people. Like, I'm the good guy. I don't need to be told whether I'm good or bad. And I will always do the right thing, which so yeah, obviously split, and Captain America, it then goes to Bucky, and Bucky gets framed, who's Captain America's friend, of killing the king of Wakanda. So then the new king, now the prince, Black Panther, basically goes after and tries to attack Bucky, and it's this whole chase scene where they come down, and basically they eventually get arrested, and it basically ends in civil war where they're basically attacking each other and they're fighting, and it turns out that Bucky killed Stark's mum, which is quite an emotional moment, and then so Iron Man is now like, I'm killing Bucky, I don't care as your friend, I don't care that he's not being, he was obviously, his mind was mind controlled by Hydra and stuff, and they fight and then completely breaks the Avengers apart, which is all done by this one guy who was a part of, I can't remember who he was from, wasn't he from Sokovia? He was some special agent.
He was in Sokovia, I think.
This is the part that I didn't really
so
understand fully.
He kept listening to like the voicemail, didn't he, of his wife, and like his family was in Sokovia. He's like some ex-special forces, and he just kind of orchestrated it all to
revenge,
revenge to get and to break the Avengers up.
Because he said he couldn't kill him himself.
So he's supposed to be Baron Zemo. From the and then he is in Falcon and Winter Soldier, so
he will be
going to be in it. It's pretty cool. Obviously the big standout thing for me in the film is obviously the airports fight.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's basically Captain America 3 Civil War is a mini event, is an Avengers film really.
Yeah,
because they're all there. Like you say, and that introduced Spider-Man. I remember I think it was recently, like it was the anniversary when they revealed him that Spider-Man was going to be in it, because they just like struck a deal with Sony to get him in, and it's just crazy. And Ant-Man goes Giant Man, and I
think they already started filming it and stuff. That's why he's only at the end bit and stuff. Like the deal only went through and they've already started it. It's quite incredible how they shoehorned him in, and so well as well. I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and him talking, and it's like this is Spider-Man. It's just so different to any other character. You instantly like him.
As well, like Tony Stark, when he sees Giant Ant-Man go into Giant Man, he's like, has anyone else got like some sort of secret superpower that we don't know about that we can use? And it's cool as well, because when he's Giant Man, he does walk in slow motion, and he swats at things in like slow motion because he's so big. I think it's brilliant film, and it has ramifications for the rest of the universe. It has knock-on effects.
It's quite good that you see. Sorry to interrupt you there, Brad. It's good that you see the first development of Wanda and Vision's like relationship, him trying to cook her food and them spending time together, and those kind of scenes you see in WandaVision playback. Like you see different scenes of them in that all was happening in that time period of how they. And next time you do see them, they are like spoiler, they are a couple. So it's kind of good for WandaVision that you saw that part of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Although you saw WandaVision first, it's a bit backwards, but
I haven't seen the last 2 episodes of WandaVision yet, so I've still got those to look forward to, which I can't wait for now.
Yeah.
So Thor was obviously missing from the movie, and who was it? Thor and there's another Avenger missing. Hulk. So they kind of just brushed past it, but was there I don't know, is there reasons why they weren't in that movie?
You will find out in a later movie film. Okay, fine. Well, we won't say anything. Just
is it the end? It's in the Civil War. Hulk just kind of took a Quinjet.
Age of Ultron.
And Age of Ultron. Sorry, took a Quinjet and just disappeared.
Yeah.
And then and Thor was just. Thor had a premonition, didn't he? And he is like, I've got to go home. He's like, so he's like Poochie. He's like, my home needs me, and he just disappeared.
Yeah, he gets a premonition of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So and obviously the next one is called Ragnarok. So you'll all will be revealed. Oh, I love that movie. I want to watch that again actually.
Well, for Ragnarok.
Yeah, it is so good.
My girlfriend. She does watch the Marvel films, but she's not into them like as much as like some people like me or whatever. But Thor Ragnarok is not just her like one of her favorite Marvel films. It's one of her favorite films. Like she just loves it. Like she just watches it all the time. I think maybe because Chris Hemsworth's in it. I don't know. You know, but, she's got the real life Thor at home. What does she? It's just, what does she need?
Absolutely.
Can't wait. I've still got the best to come by the sound of it.
Oh yes,
Yep.
it's just
good.
Yeah,
What's after? So you got Spider-Man next. What's after that? Do you know?
So Black Panther.
Okay.
Which I was going to watch Black Panther today. I'm assuming I can watch that before Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're not related.
No,
Yeah. And then I've got Ant-Man versus Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then yeah. And then Doctor Strange, then Thor, Ragnarok, and then the Infinity War and Endgame.
Well, okay, yeah.
And then after that, you've only got Spider-Man 2, and then that was it, isn't it? That's the last one.
Homecoming, yeah.
Homecoming, and then
Homecoming is the first. Yeah, Far From Home. Yeah, Homecoming's the first.
That was it. There was no. Yeah, there's no. Black Widow was supposed to come out, but that hasn't come out. So yeah.
Nope.
And that's it.
Cool.
You're caught up.
Done.
Done. Well,
I still think it's mad that last year was the first year in 10 years that a Marvel film didn't come out. It's still, there's like at least one a year for 10 years. It's just sometimes like 2. Was there like 3 1 year maybe as well? I don't know. It's just.
I feel really guilty watching films like Civil War because I think people have been waiting like years for these films to come out. Probably, I'm assuming like there's been so much hype and like people have been like buzzing for them to come out, and I'm just like waking up on a Saturday morning. It's like fucking hell, shall I whack on Civil War? I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's Infinity War. We watched we'll watch Infinity War, and obviously I don't give it away how it ends, but it ends on like how it ends, and then you had to wait a year for Endgame to come out.
Yeah,
and we was in Devon for my mum's 60th birthday when Endgame come out, and like the night before her birthday, I went to a midnight screening to watch Endgame because I just needed to see it straight away.
I saw it like a premiere thing in the O2.
Yeah,
both Infinity War and Endgame. I
saw mine at Payton. Well, it's supposed to be Torquay View, but really it was in Payton.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was pissing down the rain. It was freezing cold. And I had to get up early next day for my mum's birthday, but it was worth it. So yeah, it's just
No, they are phenomenal. They're so good. They're really, really good.
Really good,
cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've waffled on long enough. So yeah, until next week, guys. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.